This podcast is brought to you by the Texas Hill Country River region in Uvalde County. What's super unique about this area is that the Frio, Nueces, and Sabinal rivers are all located in the same county. It's like the hill country that you know and love, but really rural, so you're surrounded by wildlife. And life just kind of slows down out here, so you can enjoy the simple pleasures like campfires and fishing and just enjoying the company of the people that you love.
Go to visituvalde.com for more info. Buenos dias, everyone. We are back with another episode. I am Jake, your host or co-host. I always forget you're my co-host, but Leah is here with me.
Hi.
And of course, we got two guests with us today. It's Kaitlyn and Eric. They are with Texas Vacations.
Somebody that we have been wanting to meet for the longest time. We've been following them on TikTok and now Instagram, and they're finally here. So we're super excited.
So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for us to be here and just share our experiences and to visit such a beautiful place.
Yeah, is this the first time y'all have been in this area?
This area, yes. I lived in the hill country near Canyon Lake for a couple years, but never quite ventured out into this area before. So both of our first times.
My first time. Can't wait to make some awesome videos and share it with the rest of our audience.
Nice. And you're going to Garner State Park tomorrow, which is, I think y'all are really going to enjoy that. And do make sure you hike Old Baldy. That's like the thing to do, but definitely got to hike Old Baldy. What would you?
Oh, for sure, Baldy.
Yeah,
for
Baldy.
sure.
Baldy.
Yeah.
Baldy, I've heard there's some good caves as well along the way. So we're looking forward to exploring the caves as well.
Yeah, I need to take some note of that.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too wet, because right now it is today on this day it's a little wet, but hopefully tomorrow when y'all go it's more dry, make it a little more safer while you do your hiking. But so let's I think Leah has a few things she wants to start off with.
I mentioned that you guys have or I guess Jake mentioned the Texas Vacation TikTok account. So tell us about that. How did y'all get started with that?
Eric, you want to
take it away? How about you tell us what you do, and then we can backtrack and tell us how you got started.
That's perfect. Now we can start with Texas Vacation is kind of a travel brand, or main objective is to share some of the best Texas hidden gems with the rest of Texans and even people outside of the state that would like to come and explore all the beautiful things we have out here. And I'll let Katelyn describe a little bit of how we got started, when we got started, and why we do what we do.
Yeah, so we started Texas Vacation back in May 2020 when the pandemic kind of took over, and we couldn't travel anywhere anymore, which was kind of a hobby that both of us enjoyed doing together. And so we thought, why not explore our own state and our own backyard and kind of share that with the world, and start taking videos of our adventures, taking, photos, and it just kind of took off. I mean, it started off as a hobby, and now it's,
almost a full-time job.
That's the goal. Yeah.
They are, I'm going to interject because they're super humble. So they're not going to say the things that I'm going to say because I want to hype them up. So they started back in March. That's like, I don't know, a year, not even a year ago when you guys started, the height of the pandemic. And they now have 500,000 followers and growing on TikTok, 40-something thousand on Instagram, multiple videos with over 1 million views. Like, you guys are killing it, and people are loving your content. You're creating a beautiful community of people who love to see what you're putting out there. And it's incredible what you guys have done. And you're going to be humble, but y'all deserve all the hype you're getting. And it's just so cool to see your account growing and thriving, and the places that you're teaching people about that they never, ever would have learned about. So I love what y'all are doing, and I'm just so glad you're here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just kind of still surreal for us. It just grew so fast, and we're still trying to get used to it.
Yeah, no, it's been a real blessing, right? Our purpose here is to serve all of our followers and to bring value to them. And it's just as fun as it is for them, and it is for us as well. Like we talked about earlier today, it's been a blast to meet people like you as well, guys, where we get to learn a lot more about the culture here and the people that are behind all of these beautiful destinations, right? Because sometimes it's not only about the hotel, and we talked about it, right? It's not about the flashy marketing and all the things that you see on social media, but it's also about getting to see a different side of things, right? The people, the story, the location. So we're very excited to be here, and I love sharing that different side of things with people as well.
So that's been the most intriguing part of all this for y'all. Is that would you say that's it, or are there other things that you would say are more intriguing than that?
Yeah, I would say we've found a lot of really intriguing things as we've done this, and certainly the most exciting, I would say, is meeting the people, right? And the most intriguing has really been around waking up and learning that Texas is such a big state, and there's a lot of people that unfortunately haven't had a chance to see some of the things that may be even close to them, right in the backyard. So we get to see that example in the big cities, right? When we go and share a location of somebody that might have been 2-3 miles down the road and they never really been to, and we've seen that example time and time again. So seeing how much there is to see in Texas, and how some people might have not had the opportunity to see the things that are close to them yet, I think that's been the most intriguing thing for us so far, just learning how big Texas is and how much there's to see and do.
Yeah. What would you say? Same?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I think, the people that we've met along the way have impacted our lives so much. But also between, all of our different travels, I think we've really gotten a better understanding of like new hobbies that we enjoy. We just went to go visit Big Bend a couple of weeks ago and realized we never actually been on a real hike before. That was the first time we ever hiked long miles.
Yeah.
And we actually really, really loved it. And we started planning, another hiking trip in the fall. And so just learning about new activities and things that we enjoy doing together has been really amazing.
I think that's why I love Garner so much. Anyone can do it.
Easy hike.
Easy hike. Yeah, I know we're out of shape, but when we do go on occasion to go hike, it's like, it feels good, and we're able to do it. It's not difficult. Anyone can do it. There's plenty of hikes, different, even that are easier than like probably Old Baldy's probably the most difficult hike there, which is not even difficult. Yeah. But and a lot of cool spots there at Gardner. But yeah, when you get there, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is compared to Big Bend, and it's gonna be simple. It's gonna be cakewalk.
Yeah.
So you guys have been so many places in Texas. That's what your whole account is about, is sharing Texas. Why did y'all want to come here? Why did you want to come to little old Concan, USA?
We've been wanting to visit the Frio for so long. We just never got down to it. I don't know why, honestly. We just kind of been putting it off. And we're at the point where we were like, it's now or never. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I mean, Texas is so big, right? So every weekend, there's a new opportunity. Every week, there's a new opportunity to go somewhere new. So, we have a long list that we get put together via what people from social media tell us, right? It's, you need to go here, you need to go here. And we kind of keep a tally, once you get to a certain number, it's just like, let's just do it. And Garner was one of those where people have been constantly requesting and not, asking us for videos, asking us for content. And we're happy to be here. It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah. And sorry, we are in we're recording in a office, the visitor center. So you might hear some voices in the background, but it's just visitors getting some information. But yeah, where y'all are, you said before the podcast started, we had lunch together, and you said that y'all live in Houston, and Houston is a huge, a lot of people that come out here are from the Houston area. And so if y'all had a lot of people on your TikTok telling y'all to come out to Garner State Park, it's because the Houston area is really big about going to Garner State Park and Concan. It's a traditional thing. It's part of the tradition. You come out here in the summer and you do the same things that you did when you were a kid, and now you're bringing your kids out here. And it's so that's what's so unique about this area.
Sorry, I just since there's no video, I'm drinking some tea and I just spilt it all over myself. So that's what's happening in here right now. So okay, I want to jump off of something that you were saying, the people that follow you on TikTok, they tell you where they want to see you go, and you go. And I think there's several things there that I think are really important that you guys are doing. Is that whenever we were talking at lunch earlier, you were talking about your main goal is to just bring value to people. And there's so many people that want to grow a following online for themselves because they want to have a big following. They want brand deals or they want to grow, but they're not necessarily thinking about the value that they're providing to people. And you guys are really honed in on how can we provide value to people and how can we listen to our community, because you have a community. And I just think that's really special and really, really good that you guys are doing that. And I just wanted to say that.
Before you choked up.
And then I choked on my tea. So.
No, I think that's such a good point, right? I mean, in the world of social media and marketing and TV ads and things like that, there's a lot of different interests that get out there, right? Different people want to achieve different things out of their ads and their videos and things like that, right? But you got to keep the end goal in mind, right? Which is to add value to people. And like Katelyn said, we started in the middle of the pandemic, right? Which was a time when people needed those recommendations, those ideas, and we're just happy that we were part of. If one person was able to get out there and have fun and disconnect from the reality of 2019 and 2020, I don't even know my years anymore. They've all blended together. They've all blended together. Yeah. I think we've done a good thing, and we can't wait to wait until things get back to normal and continue to share that and continue to grow that as well, and work with a lot of awesome businesses and places, and hopefully come back here to Uvalde County multiple times. We absolutely have loved it so far, and we've been talking already about the second and third time and different things to do. So yeah, it's an exciting time.
Another thing that y'all have to do next time y'all are here, because I know y'all got here late last night and it was kind of on a whim trip. So your time here is really short, but I will say next time y'all come, there's this area actually has some of the biggest trees in Texas. I think they have the biggest mesquite tree in Texas, the biggest laurel tree in Texas, the biggest cypress tree. And I'm not sure. I may be wrong. It might not be Texas. It may be the nation. I don't know.
We have some big trees.
We have
really big trees.
Everything's bigger in Texas. That's a fact.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that, because y'all have done several videos about the biggest pair of boots in the world, the biggest car wash in the world, the biggest gas station. I didn't even think about we have trees. Some of the biggest trees.
We got to do it.
You'll have to do that.
Yeah, and
we do.
And we can. There's a guy here who is doing tours in the area, and he's extremely knowledgeable about not just trees but about the area, and he also sings and helps play the guitar and puts on the show. And his name is Lee Hell. Really cool, interesting guy, local, and so y'all would like him, and he would be an interesting person to interact with.
We have to check it out.
Yeah.
While we're here.
I definitely foresee multiple trips in the future as well, to the area. I think that, once is not enough.
Sure.
This is one of the areas that you come back time and time again, and every single time you come back, you see something different, you see something new and exciting. And this is one of those that you will see on Texas Vacation multiple times in the future to come. So
I want to float the Frio.
yes, that is the one missing piece of the puzzle here. We need to float it.
It's a little cold for that right now, so that won't be happening this trip. But
yeah, we had our hopefully our last cold spill. So yeah. But I will say, because we were talking earlier, Kaitlyn, and you said you floated in the Comau. Was it the Comau or Guadalupe?
Both.
Okay. But you've never floated the Frio.
No.
Okay. So what I will say, I've done the Frio, the Guadalupe, the Comau, and the Guadalupe and the Comau. They're pretty much the same, but the Frio is unique and beautiful because it's more rural and remote, so it has a lot more natural beauty, whereas Comau, you got Slitterbond right there next to you. It's totally different experience, and I think that's why people who come and float the Frio enjoy coming out here, because it kind of rejuvenates them. There's no city and no city life, no signs of city life around, so it's just a really nice float. But yeah, y'all would definitely enjoy that.
No, I can't wait, because I know the Guadalupe and the Comal, you're basically floating through a neighborhood with houses on either side of you. So needless to say, we'll be back.
Yeah, for sure.
You got me all excited now. I can't wait for the summer now.
Yeah. Or even kayaking. Kayaking is so fun out here. I have a interesting kayaking story, but that's neither here and that was like a once in a lifetime, because it was after the flood.
He nearly died kayaking after the flood with our 72-year-old friend. The two of them took off kayaking, flipped their kayaks, lost a kayak, broke a paddle, but they're alive to tell the story. So
yeah, crazy story, but once in a lifetime, because we happened to get some pretty good rains, and we had like 16 to 24 inches of rain those within a few days, or actually a few weeks. But anyways, we won't get into that too much.
We do not advise kayaking after a flood.
Yeah, more of the
Not
story.
a good
Do
decision.
not kayak after a flood.
If you know what you're doing, but
I
If
did
you
not.
don't, stay away.
So now y'all run the Texas Vacation TikTok account and Instagram account, but that's not, that's like a whole full-time job, but that's not y'all's actual full-time jobs. Y'all do have full-time jobs, right? So Eric, what do you do full-time?
I am an engineer. I work in the oil and gas industry, and I run Texas Vacation on the side. So it's a 24/7 type of activity at this point.
And Kaitlyn, you have a job as well. So aside from Texas Vacation, so what is that?
Yeah, so I work remotely for an automotive software company on the marketing team. So that takes up most of my time outside of Texas Vacation. But we're hoping soon, make it a full-time thing. That's the goal.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all are gonna get there. I don't see that as being a problem. Just when, but it'll happen eventually. It's crazy that y'all done what y'all have done while maintaining a full-time job
in such a short amount of time.
Yeah,
is the other thing.
Well, you said 8 months. Your TikTok is only 8 months old.
About 8 months.
That's awesome. But would you attribute that to the pandemic, like the mix of pandemic happening and then what y'all are providing also being a need, and those two things coming together? Like it was, the timing was ridiculously on point for that, for something like that.
Yeah, I think we came at a time when the need was there, and you know, the people were ready for it, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it was the crossroads of you know, people were looking to go places that were safe, and you know, we put those places in front of them and new locations, and try to communicate that in different ways so that people saw the different side of things as well. So.
And that's another thing too, you know, we did travel during the pandemic, but we never promoted any places that were crowded, unsafe, that would put anyone in danger. We always, you know, kept that in the back of our minds, and we're always very safe while traveling, and always, you know, advised our followers to do the same thing. We would never want to, you know, put them in danger or harm's way. So just want to throw that out there.
That's a very good point. Yeah, that was a lot of the concerns that the people were voicing, but at the same time, you know, we were cleared to you know, describe that, you know, we were going and hanging out with people, you know,
going 10, to the club.
Yeah, 10 people going to the club, right? I mean, you're hiking around by yourself, and you know, you can social distance pretty well. So
I mean, I'm not on TikTok, but I'm sure y'all did a good job at that, and I think y'all probably could have gone either way with people, because I remember like people were really religious about, you know, stay away from me, like don't come sit within 6 feet, like, and freak out. But like y'all could have easily gotten a lot of backlash for promoting traveling during the pandemic, which was kind of frowned upon. Like people were like, no, stay inside. But y'all were bold enough to take that. Y'all, I mean, if you think about it, like y'all, that was pretty bold of y'all to do that and promote traveling in a time when people were the least brave and to venture out and travel. I mean, is that something that crossed y'all's mind at all, or it was just like, just do it, and we're gonna do it in the right way and figure it out? And I mean,
yeah, I think there was a period of lockdown where even we were locked down, right, where we couldn't really go anywhere. And I think if I remember correctly, they were like, then the stores were the ones that were locked down, right? So we did definitely think about that aspect, and we wanted to respect the full lockdown period. Which is why we launched a little bit later, towards the summer when things started to open up, and obviously restaurants and most stores were still pretty strict, right? So I think we managed a lot of that risk with the timing at which we launched. It was more of, if you remember, we actually started with a lot of Instagram first, and we were pretty much all picture based. So we were kind of save this for, you know, when you can travel again. So it was a lot of hope. It was a lot of hope, you know, it was a lot of our hopeful, wishful thinking, right? What we started with at the peak of the pandemic, it was like, I can't wait to go, you know, to Jacob's Well again and jump in the cold water. And it was, at the beginning, it was almost us just daydreaming about what we wish we could do. And when it was safe to go take videos, then that's when we really started. So around probably August timeframe is when we posted some of our first videos. And then something else that helps us a lot too is a lot of the videos that we take are via drone. So we can really social distance that way.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, it was so great how you guys were able to, like, because everyone when we were all quarantined, it was like, okay, but I need to go somewhere. I need to do something. So once things kind of lifted a little bit, you know, you guys were able to say, like, here's places that you can go that are safe, where you're not going to see another person for miles, where you can be outside getting, you know, vitamin D and healthy air out of the city, away from people. And y'all did such a great job of showing that and sharing that, where people can go. And I think that probably helped too with a lot of people finding value in your content, because it was what they needed.
Yeah, a lot of the controversy with lockdowns as well, right? If you remember, a lot of people were concerned about mental health in general, right? There were people that were locked in with you know, that had mental conditions before or even developed depression during the pandemic. So that's something that we noticed, right? It's not easy to be in a house for a month, 2 months, 3 months, right? And even after people were allowed to go outside, people were staying in just because they didn't know where to go or what to do. So that's really the window that we wanted to take advantage of, right? It was when it was safe enough for people to go out there, and it was also good for them in terms of just mental health in general. There were a lot of people that we did meet that were very sad and quite frankly depressed that they just weren't able to do much. And I think we can probably all remember one or two people saying things like, "Hey, I'm just so tired of this. I don't know how much I can deal with this, how much longer I can deal with this."
Yeah. It's I think a lot of people felt that way, but y'all were very. This is why I know that y'all are eventually gonna leave y'all's full-time jobs, because y'all have the entrepreneurial spirit in y'all. Y'all saw a need and y'all filled it with the places to go for where you can socially, be socially distant from other people, and it's proving true. And with the amount of followers that y'all have on TikTok.
Well, and beyond the TikTok account and the Instagram account, y'all have your guides that you put together, your guidebooks. Can you talk about where those are, what they are?
What is it?
Yeah.
Because it's new to me, so maybe you can explain it to me, and then by proxy, whoever's listening who doesn't know about, who is not aware of those things, so they'll be able to understand what it is, how to utilize it, where to find it.
Yeah, so we noticed that, when Eric would go live on TikTok, or we would get, several comments about certain cities, different places within Texas that we noticed a lot of our followers wanted to go visit. We decided to just put together these travel guides, basically all in one. We do the planning, we do the research for you. We put it all like in a, PDF ebook type of thing. And you can go on your trip. So currently we have our Houston guide, part of our Texas Big City series that we're going to be starting, and our Big Bend travel guide, just kind of showcasing places to stay near the park, trails that we recommend, things like that.
It's so
and
cool.
Where do you find them? Or do you have a website that they're on, or where do I get it? Or do I just DM you?
Yeah, they're available in the links in both of our bios, TikTok, Instagram. You can also find them on our YouTube channel. They're in all of our videos as well. So we keep those in the main profile area so people can go and grab them.
Or you could shoot us a DM. We could give you the link.
You guys are always
email it. They can email it or y'all can email it to them.
Yes.
Is your YouTube channel Texas Vacations too? Okay.
TX Vacation.
And
Yeah.
are the guidebooks, are they free or are they paid?
We have both.
Okay.
We have a variety.
Awesome.
So we do have free options, and then we do have more detailed versions that are, they do cost, I think, $5-6 for both.
$5. Yeah. And I mean, I think that the purpose there is twofold, right? In a way, it's not only do we spend a lot of time and effort putting those together, so it's a very, very high quality document. It is also a way for you to be able to grab a bit of additional more motivation, right? If you make it free, you may just download it and see it for no reason, right? But if you paid for something, you're going to use it eventually, right? So it's also kind of our way of tricking you into taking action and getting out there and seeing some of those things that everybody loves about Texas. So
Nice.
Y'all are basically like a travel agent, just like way cheaper.
yes.
Way cheaper. $5 versus travel agents are a lot more expensive than that. Well, that's
Hundreds
awesome.
of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, probably even thousands, depending on which one you go with. But I that's a really cool idea. And have y'all released? Is that something that's known already? The travel guide? Okay, so it's not like it's new.
It hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah,
Surprise! They have travel guides.
it is out so far. We've released the Big Bend travel guide. Now everybody wants to go to Big Bend. We have a really awesome one out based on our experience out there. And then we also have one for Houston, which has been quite successful. I think a lot of people don't see Houston as a city that you can go to and travel and enjoy. And I think we've changed that with this guide. I think a lot of people have started to grab it and say, hey, I really like that. And we've gotten a lot of good feedback from Houston. So we're going to continue to put more out. I think we expect to see Austin in the near term as well. Surprise, surprise, there'll be a hill country guide that will have Uvalde County in general as well, and we'll describe some of the experiences that we've talked about here, right, and some of the things that we see. So we're excited to roll this out.
Awesome. Aside from the travel guides, I mean, I know that still y'all are working on that. Is there anything else that y'all have in the works that y'all can talk about?
Yeah, so we actually started our first merch store. I'm not sure yet when we're going to announce it. Eric, what do you think?
It'll be out by the time this
by the time this podcast is launched, y'all have it out for months already. You'll be sold out of merch already.
Yeah, the way hopefully not too much longer, but we're hoping we can start to get this our podcast rolled out and start rolling out some episodes. But yeah, by the time our listeners listen to y'all's podcast, I'm sure y'all are gonna have something, and they'll be able to go, I guess, TikTok, or they'll be, even if they follow you on TikTok, they can definitely find where to get the merch.
Yeah, link in bio as well.
What type of merch are y'all thinking about having?
Shirts, hats, accessories, things like that people will actually use and enjoy.
For on vacation, or like if you're going hiking, you have merch that you'll sell. I mean, that they can take, or is it more just like casual merch that you can just wear on a day-to-day basis?
It's pretty versatile, I would say. You could wear it, lounge wear, casual wear. You could wear it on a hike. We're going to be ordering some samples soon, so we'll be showing them off in some future videos, hopefully.
Yeah. Think of it as, your airport store. You can find some awesome, like you go to the Houston IH airport, right? There's some pretty awesome Texas Pride merch out there. And, we're looking to bring a creative twist to some of the things that are out there already, right? We like to be a little bit different. So we'll be able to provide some new things.
Awesome. That's exciting. I can't wait to see what y'all come out with. We're definitely gonna have to get some when it comes out. One thing that I found interesting talking to y'all earlier is that Kaitlyn, you're not from Texas. So where are you from?
Yeah, so I actually grew up in Buffalo, New York, and I moved down to Texas when I was about 15 years old. So it's been almost a decade now living
You're a Texan at this point.
Yeah.
I consider myself Texan.
For sure.
Safe to say.
And Eric, you were not from Texas either originally, but you're pretty much a Texan now.
Absolutely. No, I think, coming into Texas, it didn't take me long to figure out that this is where I belong and this is where I want to be here when I'm 80, right?
Yeah.
I think we talk a lot about like what the plans for us are, and, coming to the hill country and seeing things is not only a good opportunity for us to see, a new place, but it kind of makes us fall in love more and more every time we come. So we're going to try to, see if there's some cool land and things that we can get into, because I love the hill country. I can't stop talking about it.
Eric's obsessed with hill country.
Y'all better find that land fast.
I know.
It's just rates are going up and up and up, but it's a beautiful place to be. And, speaking as living here, I've never been as happy as I am now, just living in the hills. Like, there's just something sacred and magical about the hill country. Doesn't matter what part you're in, like all of the Texas hill country is just so special. So yeah, I'm always telling everybody, move to the hill country, it's beautiful. But that's because it makes me happy.
Yeah. That's like the number one question we get, right? Is what is your favorite place to travel to? And I don't even have to think about it twice, right? I would say Big Bend if it was a little bit closer and I could go a little more often, and I think the hill country and Big Bend are two truly magical places that a lot of people don't know much about, right? And especially when you get outside of Texas.
Yeah. No, I think too, and I've talked about this before, it's like people, when they think about Texas, they don't think about the hill country. And they might think about more of Big Bend, though. I think that would expect the West Texas part,
yes,
as a representation of Texas as a whole. But Texas is very diverse when it comes to different types of land and landscapes. But yeah, I think the hill country is by far my favorite place to be and favorite spot in Texas. I've never been much of a salt beach type guy. I'm more of a freshwater guy. So the hill country has some really nice rivers, and here we have the Frio River. So it's probably one of the best, if not the best, because of how clear and cold it is. But yeah, there's a lot out here that the hill country does have to offer. But yeah. Well, is that do you have any more of your questions that you would like to?
You kind of already asked it, but you asked what are y'all working on in the merch, but like what is your kind of big plan and hope for the future of whether it's Texas Vacation or just personally, or like what is that kind of big hope that you have right now?
So I think we really just want to bring our followers experiences and memories that they'll be able to make together. Eric actually said a quote the other day that I think fits really well. He said, "Money returns, time doesn't." And so I think that's really something that we want to tell everyone, and just kind of like bring these experiences to our followers and just show them all these amazing places they can go and visit with their friends, their family, and just make those memories that, they'll remember for the rest of their lives right here in Texas.
Absolutely. Yeah. Continue to find ways to make that easy for them. Right. So if that means travel guides, you'll see a lot more travel guides coming out. We talked a little bit about doing some in-person experiences as some of those restrictions lift off and travel gets back to normal. So there'll be a lot more ways for people to enjoy Texas through Texas Vacation. And there'll be a lot more collaborations and partnerships with different businesses. So you can expect a different level of experience, and not so much only of an online based experience, but something that you can physically go and do as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious to know, where did you get that quote from? Is that something you came up on your own?
No, I read it somewhere on TikTok.
Where all the best things come from.
I swear, people have learned to use TikTok as a educational tool. And I'm not on it, I will admit, but Leah's always sending me things. Like she'll send me a link of something she saw on TikTok, and it's like, check this out on TikTok. And it's something like educational that she knows I would appreciate, like something with cooking or whatever, things that I'm interested in. But yeah, I think that's one of the powerful ways to utilize TikTok. And then the others like vacationing and stuff. But what do I know? I'm not on TikTok.
Or any social media.
You got to get on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, the powerful thing is you're not on TikTok, but you still have seen TikToks, right? So
Exactly.
that is really,
Exactly.
really powerful.
Yeah. So if you're listening, if you follow them, if you don't follow them, one thing that is super apparent is that they are super open to listening to what people want. So if there is something that you think that, would be great if they created some type of TikTok or some type of guidebook, or if you have questions, they're so good at answering those questions, responding to those questions. So shoot them DMs, comment, ask, because who knows, they may make a whole TikTok based off of some question that you had.
Yeah, definitely. Which, and you said you also do lives. Are you still doing those at a certain time every day, or you try to stick to a schedule?
Yeah, we've done them historically now about twice a week. We're typically on Fridays and Wednesdays around 8 p.m. So stay tuned, and we also are going to start posting those times on Instagram as well, so that
nice.
people can go and chat with us for a bit.
Yeah, and give you their input.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, if someone listening to this wanted to reach out, had some questions, maybe recommendations, what's the best channel for them to do that? Is it TikTok or Instagram or an email or what do y'all prefer? Or multiple, whatever?
Yeah, I think we're pretty responsive on all of our platforms. So whatever's most convenient for that person, we are more than willing to reach back out.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, thank y'all so much for coming and doing this episode with us. It's been a treat, and we've enjoyed it and enjoyed having lunch with y'all, and we can't wait to see what y'all are what the future has in store for y'all down the road. And we're definitely going to be watching y'all, and we're super excited for y'all. And we just know that y'all are going to do, I mean, y'all have done amazing to this point. Y'all are just getting started. So yeah, I know it's going to just progress from here, 10x from here. But yeah, thank y'all so much. And we will hopefully see y'all soon again, sometime in the near future.
Yeah, we'll be back. No, thank you guys so much for inviting us. It was a great time.
I can tell you, staying at the in between and having the opportunity to meet you guys has been, incredibly unique, and it's been such a blessing. I think we talk about all the things that we've done and all the things that we've seen and what we've seen here today. I mean, it really is pretty unique. So we want to thank you for the opportunity. And I know you guys reached out on social media a while back, and we're just thankful that we were able to come back and make it happen. And we can't wait to come back.
Everyone go check out the In Between.
Yeah. It's super unique. We had a blast, guys.
We'll be back.
Thank y'all so much. And that is the end. So we will get back to y'all, and we appreciate y'all listening to us. So hasta luego.
Adios.
Bye.